All right, have and have not fans. Now, in episode 10, I'm not even going to talk about, the backlash. I feel like I've already talked about that enough, but I'll probably do some more videos about that in the future. But we're talking about Oscar and Candace, and I'm not going to lie, Candace was actually one of the better parts of that episode before we went on break. But the real question the only backlash I want to be referring to is the fans talking about why did Oscar go to Candace's room? Even Philip Boyd, the actor that plays Oscar on the show, tweeted out, and I think he tagged me in it. I don't like Oscar going into Candace's room. And I have to agree that it wasn't, you know what, I'm not even going to say going to her room was the dumb part. It appears that he'll drink something because Candace offered, hey, let's get a glass of wine or something like that. And it appears that he's going to be knocked out as a result because she put something, I'm going to put something in, she went full Cosby. Full Cosby, Pill Cosby. I'm sorry about that. I love the Cosby Show, but it looks like she's going to knock him out and then get on his computer and use the account numbers that Rocky and Gia together were able to obtain from his computer screen to pretty much hack into Jim's account. Now, it looks like he takes off his clothes as she wanted him to because she's horny. And I mean, it's hard to resist. I even did a video on this channel about what is it about Candace that men find so irresistible. So I definitely advise you to check it out. There'll be a link at the end of this video on the end screen, and you'll see a link to that video. I want you to watch it. But I remember giving Oscar a hard time back in like what was it, season 4? Was it? It was the season where Candace found out Oscar wasn't who he said he was and took all the money from her account. And remember, he said he was getting on a plane to go to New York to finish up business. And after she discovered there was no more money in her account, she called Oscar angrily saying, "Where's my money?" And then he's like, "I don't know what you're talking about." So he gets the pilot to turn the plane around to go back to Atlanta to confront Candace, who had a knife behind her back and almost died. But he had her pinned down, but then Quincy came and hit him and he ran off. So I never really understood why Oscar went back. His job was done. He obtained the money, and the very next thing he had to do was hand over the documentation over to David to give the information to Jim in regards to the money. But I never understood why he left from going to New York to go all the way back to confront Candace. It made no sense to me. That I will, for the life of me, never understand. I do believe Philip Boyd tweeted me when he responded to my tweet when I asked him that. He's like, well, Oscar was just playing the part. But I'm just like, that made no sense. I mean, the only stop he needed to do at that point was just go to the campaign office to drop off the paperwork, and he was done with Candace Young. So I don't really understand that. I maybe in the long run it was because, well, that's the only way we can get Oscar to stay within the show. I mean, I get it, but that made no sense to me. But I do believe it made more sense for Oscar to go up to Candace's room because the whole Charles thing, when you're trying to sabotage a presidential candidate, talking about it out in the open in a bar in a hotel is probably not the best place to do it. But let's be honest, there have been plenty of times in the haves and the have-nots where characters will openly talk about things they shouldn't in a public place, like shooting Jennifer Salison in the hospital when they were talking about that out loud. Talking about the murder of Quincy Maxwell in the bar. There have been plenty of times where worse things have been said out in the open. So I don't really, I get what Oscar was doing though, but I don't think he should take off his clothes and accept a drink from Candace. I feel like that was just plain out dumb. But given the fact that Candace Tinka Sumner is just amazingly beautiful, I don't fault him for being tempted, but Oscar being Oscar should know better. I need to see the next episode to see how she seduces him into doing what she wants, but at the same time I don't like how Oscar, I need to wait until it actually happens, but I don't like Oscar being, well, for the lack of a better term, dumb, because he called out Gia for her crap as soon as she sat down at the table with him. Well, excuse me, approached his table. But at the same time, you know, I don't think it was, you know, out of character for him to be swindled with Rocky taking photos, because Candace was being Candace in that, and I like that episode. But at the same time, I don't think Oscar should have been tricked into accepting a drink from Candace and whatnot. Maybe, just maybe, they go through all the information in regards to Charles, and then Oscar is so happy that his clothes fall off, and next thing you know, Candace wolfies him, or whatever you want to call it, with a pill. He's knocked out, but then he gets up because he's looking angry, like, what the hell did you do? And that's probably not going to end up too good for Oscar, because I don't think Jim Cryer is going to be too happy when he discovers all the money taken out of his account for the Cryer Foundation. But I guess the real question is, would Oscar be the blame from Jim if he finds out the money is gone? I think the bigger concern would be how this would affect Wyatt's inheritance. Would Candace intercept that money, or would she just take the $10 million that Catherine put into Jim's account? That's the real question I want to answer when it comes to that. But we do know that the episode synopsis for Veronica's House, which is going to be episode 11, airing on May 1st, the second part of the synopsis said Candace reverts to her old ways. So it looks to me like her old ways regarding extorting money from the Crier. So with that being said, what do you think about Oscar's character? Do you think it is bad writing that he would fall for going to Candace's room, apparently gets drugged, and as a result Candace takes all the information off his computer regarding Jim Cryer's accounts to extort the money again? So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Will Jim get pissed off and get rid of Oscar and then find somebody else to do the job? We'll just have to wait and see. But hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. Hit that bell so you don't miss out on any uploads on the channel, because I do try to upload every couple of days, sometimes daily. Other times I'll just upload a chunk of videos at once. Like heck, yesterday I think I even uploaded like 7 or 8 videos. So I don't want you to miss out. May 1st will be here before you know it, and I'll talk to you later.